Okay, we're going to be finding the greatest common factor of small numbers. We were looking at the LCMs, which is least common multiples. We were using multiplication. For GCS, we use division. Okay, so numbers that can divide into two. We always start off with 1. Okay, 2 can be divided by 1, and 2 can be divided by 2. That's about as far as we can go. 3 can be divided by 1, and it can be divided by 3. And that's about as far as we can go. 4 can be divided by 1, it can be divided by 2, and it can be divided by 4. And what do they have in common? The only thing they have in common is that they all have divided by 1s. So this means that the greatest common factor will be 1. Okay, next. 2 can be divided by 1. It can be divided by 2. That's as far as we can go. 3 can be divided by 1. And it can be divided by 3. That's it. 6 can be divided by 1. It can be divided by 2. It can be divided by 3. And finally can be divided by 6. That's as far as we can go. So the greatest number they have in common would be 1. They all can be divided by 1. So 1 is the greatest common factor. Now 4 can be divided by 1. It can be divided by 2. Well, not 3, but it can be divided by 4. 10 can be divided by 1. Can be divided by 2. Can be divided by not 3, not 4, but 5. Okay, we're halfway there, so we can skip all the way down to it can be divided by 10 itself. 20 can be divided by 1, 2, well, not 3, but 4. And it can be divided by 5. See, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, but 10. It can be divided by 10. And so we're halfway through 20, so we can just finish by saying 20 can be divided by 20. Now, what's the greatest common number that they have? Well, 2 is the greatest. They have 1 as a common, but 2 is common, and it's the greatest of the commons. So the greatest common factor is 2. Okay, the next one. 9 can be divided by 1. Can't be divided by 2, but it can be divided by 3. Not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. Okay, it can be divided by itself, 9. 15 can be divided by 1. Not 2, but 3. Not 4, but 5. Not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10. I'm already more than halfway through, and I can't find one, so I'll skip all the way to 15. It's going to be divided by 15. 30 can be divided by 1. It can be divided by 2. It definitely will be divided by 3. It can be divided by 4, no. But 5 can be divided by 5. And it can be divided by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It can be divided by 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It can be divided by 15. And since we're halfway there, we jump to 30. It can be divided by 30. Now, it has common. 1 is common, of course. They all have 1. But after that, the greatest common that they have is actually the 3. So 3 is the greatest common factor.